This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight.
First tonight, a big change in the weather is on its way.
We're going to get a big break from the heat with some cooler temperatures. Let's get the latest now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with our first alert forecast.
Yeah, I can hear it all over the area. A lot of cheering going on right now associated with a cold front that moved on through and took a lot of the rain with it. Boy, there was a lot of heavy rainfall around last night. That continues to slide off to the southeast now. And we are looking at the dry conditions settle in here, and it looks like that front will continue to push off to the southeast. As far as the skies go, they will stay clear tonight. And as clear skies go, and that north wind, it continues to bring in fall. So fall for the first time will be felt here along the Sun Coast tomorrow morning. It looks like it will stick around too for a while. Get a look at the dew point temperatures. These are crucial. There's a secondary front to the north. Right now we're in the low to mid 60s. So our lows tonight will be below average, down into the low 60s. But these are extremely low. 38 in Pensacola, 50 in Tallahassee, 49 in Jacksonville. That's what we'll be dealing with throughout the day tomorrow and tomorrow night. So you see these temperatures, or at least these dew point temperatures, that's where we'll be on Thursday morning. We're talking low to mid 50s here along the Sun Coast. Let's get a look at the temperature forecast for our area for 7 a.m. tomorrow. Looks like a low to mid 60s for the most part here, into the 50s over the Panhandle, 50 right there at Tallahassee, 60 in Orlando, and then highs tomorrow won't warm up all that much. In fact, highs will only be into the low to mid 70s by 3 o'clock with a north wind. It'll actually feel a little bit cooler, and it will feel definitely like fall, possibly even like winter in some places. Well, much more in the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thanks so much. Tonight, 6 high school students in Manatee County are being punished for how they acted at a football game. The Southeast High School football players are suspended from participating in extracurricular activities for 4 weeks. The players were involved in a fight with players from Wauchula Hardee High School after last Friday's game ended. Hardee won the game, and when players were shaking hands, a fight broke out. The Manatee County School District and Southeast High School officials conducted a review before making the decision. A report will now be forwarded to the Florida High School Athletic Association.
It's a privilege for our student athletes to represent their schools and the school district of Manatee County. And as a part of that, we expect them to act in a way that's supportive of that privilege. And it's all about representing our schools and our community the way that they should be represented.
But this late in the football season, the suspensions will definitely hurt Southeast's chance of making the playoffs.
The Tampa Bay Lightning hockey team will be on the Sun Coast tomorrow for another big sports announcement. The Lightning and Lakewood Ranch are expected to announce plans to build an outdoor hockey rink. The rink will be built at the Premier Sport Campus, and the project will all be funded by a grant from the National Hockey League and its Players Association. The NHL hopes that the rinks will expand hockey's popularity in each of the league's 31 markets.
Well, a big decision today about medical marijuana in the city of Venice. City council members agreeing that dispensaries will not be allowed to open. Today's decision comes after the city banned doctors' offices that prescribe medical marijuana. ABC7's Christopher Brantley joins us live from Venice with a reaction to that council vote. Christopher?
Good evening, and in perhaps the most interesting twist of irony, this same day the Venice Community Center behind me is hosting the largest group of medical marijuana CEOs anywhere in Florida. The city decided today to ban any of those dispensaries from ever opening in the city. The Compassionate Cannabis Clinic in Sarasota opened earlier this year, and they've already had to switch offices to increase space.
By limiting access, you're doing nothing but making it very difficult for your constituents to find appropriate medical care.
Dr. Barry Gordon is the chief medical officer at the clinic, and he has harsh words for City of Venice elected officials who are voting to restrict medical marijuana offices and dispensaries.
Literally, people come from all over the state to see what we're doing and how we're doing it, yet our own hometown doesn't seem to be interested enough to even find out what we're up to here.
Dr. Gordon says he's invited some elected council members to come and see his office, but he says they've declined.
I still believe that they should say yes to offices and yes to dispensaries as well.
Bill Ahern is a Venice resident, and while he supports medical marijuana, he does understand why there's trepidation with the city council. And he summed up basically the same thing Venice City Council members said.
A certain amount of conservatism in regards to moving forward with it. It's something brand new to get our heads around.
While City of Venice residents can get medical marijuana by being treated at offices outside the city, Dr. Gordon says restricting the offices away from city limits could have legal implications, especially if the patient needs to get medication delivered to them.
You know, politicians need to understand that it's just going to take one patient who is not allowed the access to his medication without having to pay an additional delivery charge, who's willing to, you know, go ahead and file a lawsuit against that.
And Tuesday's vote is really only the first reading of this. There will be a second and final vote on this taken. Dr. Gordon told us he thinks things would be different if there was more education about what medical cannabis really is. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Christopher. Also in South Sarasota County, the city of Northport has already decided to allow both medical marijuana offices and dispensaries. The city commission visited offices and dispensaries around the area and recently decided that approving them would be the best way to move forward for city residents.
A popular restaurant in Sarasota is dealing with thousands of dollars in damage. Around 9:30 this morning, a van veered off US 301 and smashed into the Hobnob restaurant. The van hit two tables, the awning, and plowed into the wall of the building. Fortunately, no one was standing or sitting in that area at the time, and no one was hurt. The restaurant opened for lunch, but repairs are estimated to cost in the thousands. A natural gas leak causes a minor disruption for drivers in Sarasota. A worker apparently nicked the gas line on the Boulevard of the Arts near US 41 late this morning. A stretch of that road was closed off to traffic until crews with Tico Gas Company could complete the repairs. No nearby businesses or homes were evacuated.
ABC7's business commentator Richard Stern joins us now. And Richard, yesterday not so good for Wall Street, but happy days once again?
Absolutely right. Yes, we had been up 6 days in a row. We took one day off. What can I say? And today we were off to the races. In the investment business, it's all about earnings. And a number of major companies today reported better than expected earnings. The Dow was up by 70 points at the open. It was up by 212 points at the high and closed at yet another record. Can't say that for the NASDAQ or the S&P. They were higher, but no record there. But let's take a look. The Dow looks pretty darn nice. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 168 points, more than 0.7% at a record 23,441.76 on volume of 702 million shares. The NASDAQ up almost 0.2%, not quite 12 points at 6,598.43. That on volume of 1,536 million shares. The S&P very similar, up 16/100ths, just over 4 points at 2,569.13. Well, it was quite a day for 3M, Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing. You know them for Post-it notes and Scotch tape and things like that. 3M came out with earnings that were well ahead of Wall Street expectations. They also said they expect their business going forward to be ahead of Wall Street expectations. The stock was up by 6% and the best single-day performance for 3M since March of 2009, 8.5 years ago. And just by way of reminder, March of 2009 is when the market turned around from the debacle of 2008, 2009. Let's hope we don't see that again for sure.
Yeah, we don't want to do that again either. Some bad news, though, for Chipotle today.
Yeah, talk about a debacle. That company simply cannot stay out of its own way. They announced earnings after the close today, so you really won't see the Wall Street reaction on it till tomorrow, but they were well short of expectations, and that company sincerely has problems, as most of us know.
All right, thank you so much, Richard.
You're welcome.
Well, if you have a dog, especially a big dog, you know how expensive it can be to keep them well fed. But that is no longer a problem for the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. The owner and manager of a Petland store in Bradenton decided to make a big donation to the Sheriff's Office canine unit. They agreed to give the unit enough dog food to feed all 10 of their canines for, get this, an entire year. And of course, that all adds up. The donation will likely save the department about $10,000.
They become family to us, and we couldn't express how grateful we are that we're getting to feed our dogs for free, which in turn we can now dedicate some of that money to other equipment and other things that we'd like to have.
Well, we love pets as much as possible. We have our own pets. We have the pets here and pets in the community. We want everyone to know that the police officers and the canines are a safe person to go to all the time.
Well, Sheriff Rick Wells says the $10,000 the sheriff's office is expecting to save with that donation will likely go back into the K-9 unit. He says their patrol cars have heat alarms that notify deputies when it gets too hot for the dogs. This money will go towards replacing those alarms when and if they are needed. I certainly love this story, anything with animals, but to give back to such a great organization that keeps us all safe.
And the dogs are going to be well fed.
No,
and
of course.
They're happy about this too. Yeah. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a new vaccine specifically for older adults. Why medical experts say this shingles shot is more effective than the other one now on the market. And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus a World Series matchup for the ages. The two top teams in baseball get ready to take the field in Game 1. We'll have a preview straight ahead.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
one.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Did you know that Sarasota County was the first in Florida to be recognized as an age-friendly community? Whether you're 22 or 82, we strive to be the best place to live, work, and play. A community rich with opportunities and things to do for people of all ages. On Saturday, October 28th, we're advancing this movement with a free community event featuring live entertainment and hands-on experiences. You won't want to miss our entire community coming together for an age-friendly festival presented by the Patterson Foundation.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Celebrate the end of summer with big savings during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or save big on a new sleek and stylish Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Drive off today for your next great adventure in a brand new Jeep Renegade for as low as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Watch ABC7 wherever you are. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC7, we're here for you wherever you are.
New developments tonight surrounding Tiger Woods' DUI case. The pro golfer was set to appear in court today in Palm Beach on driving under the influence charges, but it was moved to Friday and no reason was given. Woods is expected to plead guilty to reckless driving and enter a DUI first offender program. He was arrested back in May after Jupiter police found him unconscious in his parked car. The golfer says he was taking prescription medication related to his back injuries.
Baseball fans on the edge of their seats. Game 1 of the World Series is set for tonight. The Los Angeles Dodgers are taking on the Houston Astros in what could be one of the hottest games temperature-wise in baseball history. ABC's Danya Backus has a preview of the big game.
I can't see anything. The bottles of champagne have been popped. The Los Angeles Dodgers coasted into the series.
The Houston Astros win the pennant!
While the Houston Astros outlasted the Yankees in a 7-game battle. Tonight, we get to see two of the best teams in baseball face off.
I hope after this week's over, they can start talking about 2017 a little bit more and 1988 a lot less.
The last time the Dodgers made it to the big stage was almost 3 decades ago in 1988. And it's hard to tell who's more excited, the players or the fans.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. I love the Dodgers. I hope every year since '88 that this year will come. Every year we hope.
The wait has been less for the Astros. They made it to the World Series in 2005, but they have never won a championship. And this time it would be an emotional victory for a city that's already gone through so much this year with Hurricane Harvey.
This is one of the reasons why we're here, and we wanted to win the World Series, to give it to our city.
To give them something to cheer for and a reprieve from otherwise probably a pretty depressing time.
The first game will be hot, literally. It's expected to be 98 degrees at first pitch, making it the hottest first game of the World Series ever. 52 degrees warmer than it was in Cleveland last year.
The heat could actually be beneficial for the players. According to MLB statistics, a bat at baseball travels farther in heat than in cold weather. Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, certainly an exciting time there. Well, those who go out of their way to help others on the Suncoast were being honored today. The 3rd annual People Helping People Awards Breakfast showcased people on the Suncoast who spend their time improving the lives of older adults. The individuals involved were also recognized for raising money to help friendship centers deliver a message of health, dignity, and quality of life. Friendship centers have been helping seniors in our area since 1973, and our very own Bob Harrigan had the pleasure of emceeing the event. How was that, Bob?
It was fantastic. You know, the people and the recipients of the awards, well deserved, and they had some great stories to tell on why they do what they do. And, you know, it's all about caring for this community and giving back to the community as well. And so, wonderful program there. A little early for a lot of folks, 8:30 start, and got over right on time, though, at 10 o'clock, so things worked out well.
Early for you.
For that, yeah. We had some rain I had to drive through this morning.
Yeah.
All that rain now gone and moving out of the way as the cold front has moved on through. We had a record amount of rain yesterday at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport last night. As those storms moved on through, they produced over 3 to 4 inches of rain in just a short period of time, causing some minor flooding problems there. Now, you see that first front. It is now through our area. It was rather active, too. It produced a tornado near Alligator Alley earlier, and what we're looking at now is basically this drier and cooler. Our secondary front, you really can't see it, is slicing through the panhandle. This one doesn't have a lot of moisture to work with, so that's the reason why you don't see any rain. There's a slight chance for some sprinkles, if you will, overnight, but most areas will stay dry. Once again, I mentioned that tornado. There it is. That was spotted earlier today as the storms were moving through right around 3 o'clock this afternoon. So some pretty active weather to the south, but with all this dry air in place and that secondary front now slicing through the panhandle, we're going to see this dry air stick around through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then things are going to start to change a little bit. We have a tropical low that may spin up out of the western Caribbean Sea. 78 degrees right now, the dew point. Very nice. 63. That's what's so comfortable. 63-degree dew point. You're going to see this in the upper 30s to low 40s tomorrow night in places. Winds out of the northwest at 10. The pressure now 29.88 inches. That will continue to rise. And the high temperature today did warm. A little bit above average, I should say right around average. We're looking for below average temperatures tomorrow. We'll start off with just a few clouds around, temperatures into the mid-60s, and then we'll warm into the low 70s. These are typical temperatures that you would see in January and February, so it will be on the cooler side. It will be breezy, too. Winds will be rather brisk out of the north, making it feel even cooler out there throughout the midday on Wednesday. Here's a look at the temperature forecast. We showed you a little of this earlier. Temperatures down in the low to mid-60s to start the day off. And then we'll see temperatures warm into the low to mid-70s for the most part here. And then even lower still for overnight readings tomorrow night and on through Thursday morning. I mentioned that down into the 50s. We're looking at low to mid-50s across the area. In fact, you can see this is Fort Myers Regional Airport, Southwest Regional Airport. They're a little bit further away from the Gulf. They'll get down into the low 50s there. And we'll see low 50s into Hardy, DeSoto, Highlands County, as well as into eastern Manatee and Sarasota counties. We'll start to rebound a bit on Thursday. Temperatures will get back into the mid to upper 70s for highs on that particular day. Now, wind, I mentioned very strong winds out there in the Gulf of Mexico, so small craft advisories will be flying throughout the day tomorrow. We'll see those north winds anywhere from 15 to 20, subsiding somewhat in the afternoon as that secondary front pushes on through. There it is. You see a few sprinkles there this 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Those winds will really start to pick up. Those clouds will clear out of here by midday. Lots of sunshine tomorrow afternoon, and the sunshine will stick around right on in through Thursday and even into Friday. But then we have to focus down south. There is an area of low pressure that's trying to develop down there. You can see the outflow already off the coast of Nicaragua. The area of low pressure appears to be right there. There's some forecast tracks and models already starting to be generated from this, so we'll have to watch this closely. Even if it were to develop, it wouldn't be much of a storm, and it looks like a cold front will pick it up rather quickly too and carry it off to the northeast. So we'll keep an eye on it. 40s and 50s right now across the Great Lakes and throughout the Ohio Valley for that matter, but hot out west, Los Angeles right now at 102. A small craft advisory remains in effect tonight and tomorrow. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Bays and inland waters will be rough, and winds 15 to 20 knots out of the north. Here's the forecast. 7 days. Breezy tomorrow, cool, and then a chilly start on Thursday morning, mid-50s, even some lower 50s. We'll warm up on Friday. Still should be nice for football Friday night. That rain chance on Saturday fairly high as a result of that tropical system bringing us some moisture, and that is 80%. That's mainly late Saturday and Saturday night and Sunday morning, and then turning breezy and cooler again on Monday and Tuesday. So we're in that fall pattern. Back to you.
Thank goodness. All right, Bob, thank you. Now to First Alert traffic. Some backup in South Sarasota. We're seeing backup on US 41 right at the intersection of Stickney Point Road. Jacqueline?
In health news tonight, the FDA has approved a new, more effective vaccine to prevent painful shingles, which is caused by the chickenpox virus. The FDA approved drug maker GlaxoSmithKline's vaccine. Studies paid for by Glaxo found that it prevents shingles in about 90% of people. The only other shingles vaccine on the U.S. market was launched by Merck in 2006. Merck's vaccine is only about 50% effective. Both of those versions are for adults who are 50 years or older. Coming up, a wildfire burning right next to a busy freeway, the ongoing battles firefighters in California are dealing with tonight. Plus, an airboat crashes into a lake in Central Florida. What happened? Straight ahead.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills. Wow! Stop stains and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now and you can double your offer. Get a second couch coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Medicare's annual election period has begun. If you already have Medicare, new benefits may now be available with no copays, no deductibles, or $0 premiums. Call now to speak to a licensed insurance agent who can help guide you step by step through a free analysis of the benefits available to you. And you may be eligible for plans that even include additional coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. MedicareAdvantage.com searches thousands of insurance plans from leading insurance companies. We'll help you find plans that may cost you less, cover more benefits, and give you more choices, like home delivery of your prescriptions, gym memberships, and even over-the-counter allowances for everyday needs, like antacid, allergy medicine, vitamins, and even toothpaste. Don't miss the deadline to enroll. It's time to get more out of Medicare.
Call 800-579-3380. That's 800-579-3380. 800-579-3380. Call now.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Do you need a good laugh? Starting November 1st at the Player Center, everything that can go wrong does go wrong in the smash hit comedy Moon Over Buffalo. This wild Broadway series production shows what happens both on stage and off. Contact the Players at 365-2494 or at theplayers.org. The show must go on with Moon Over Buffalo.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Firefighters in the Los Angeles area have their hands full trying to control multiple fires in the San Fernando Valley. One of those fires broke out right next to a freeway in Granada Hills. It burned over the freeway wall with flames as high as 30 feet. Firefighters also extinguished a second blaze nearby on the other side of the freeway. Police say they detained and questioned a man and a woman in connection with the fires.
In Central Florida, more than a dozen people are injured tonight following an airboat crash. 15 people were on the airboat when it crashed into Lake Panasoffkee in Sumter County. 14 people were hurt and 2 are in critical condition this evening. A second boat went out to help at the crash scene and get passengers to the hospital. Now the circumstances surrounding that crash have not yet been released.
Special ceremony today at the birthplace of the ancient Olympics. The Olympic flame was lit in Olympia and kindled the Olympic torch. The first torch bearer then relayed it to another athlete. This is the launch of a long torch relay that will end at the Winter Games opening ceremony on February 9th. The flame will course through Greece for 8 days and then reach South Korea on November 1st. The Olympic Winter Games in South Korea again will kick off in February.
Well, a nun who became somewhat famous in the days following Hurricane Irma is now getting her very own beer. Video of Sister Margaret Ann doing yard work in a full nun's habit after the storm quickly went viral. And like many other celebrities, she's now got a product in her name, perfect for quenching your thirst after all that yard work. Nun with a Chainsaw Pale Ale takes its name from the images of the sister slicing through debris in the wake of that storm. Sure, she did not think that was going to come out of her.
That was the last thing anyone I think would think. Oh, let's name a beer after the nun with the chainsaw.
I'm a bit speechless on that one. All right, well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a new overpass in South Sarasota County.
Now, this project in Laurel will enhance the Legacy Trail experience for bike riders and pedestrians. The story is coming up.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On Group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On Group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The FDA has recently warned about an increased risk of leg and foot amputations associated with the use of certain diabetic medications such as Invokana and Invokamet. If you or a loved one took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation, ketoacidosis, kidney failure, or even death, call the Rely On Group now. We are here to help you get the justice you deserve. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-355-8205. That's 800-355-8205.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Enjoy fine wine, craft beer, and delicious foods, all while supporting a great cause at the 16th Annual Suncoast Food and Wine Festival presented by Publix, Saturday, November 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Polo Club. Taste wines from around the world and sample cuisine from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds benefit a variety of local charities and Rotary Club projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.